I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, has unleashed Patrick Queen. He doesn't have to worry about the close call, the checks. All he has to do is hit and stick.
Baltimore, big-time threat here in the second half. Jalen Hurts has proven that he is Philadelphia's long-term answer at quarterback. Fact or fiction?
That's fact. That is fact. How could that be fiction? If anyone said that was fiction, you'd have to be out of your mind. He has proven that he should be the quarterback for a long time to come. He's athletic. He can get down the field. He puts the team on his back on fourth down. He scores touchdowns in the red zone. That's fact all day. Come on, get out of here.
Contract extension eligible when the season ends. We'll see how that works out. D. Wood, Tom Brady and the Bucs are about to have a second half surge. Fact or fiction?
Yeah, man, I'm going to go with fiction, man. Like we're talking. We're not talking about the NFC South. I think they'll win the division. We're talking about can they compete with the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the 49ers. If we're talking on that level, then I got to go fiction. I don't think they're there at this present time.
All right, Buccaneers coming out of their bye this week. Before the bye, they beat Seattle over in Munich. Yesterday, Tom Brady talked about that win and what it means moving forward. Listen to what he had to say.
As good as that was, it was one game, and you got to build on it. So you got to put together a bunch of those games. So we just got to keep the pressure on, practice hard, prepare hard, and ultimately when you go out there, play your ass off and see what we can make of it. We got a big stretch ahead, and it starts this week in Cleveland. It's gonna be a tough game.
All right, what do you think? Are they poised, the Buccaneers, for a second half run?
I don't know. Has Gronkowski, renewed his membership at Planet Fitness? I don't know.
No,
I mean, because if that's humming, then maybe I have some hope because you talk about being able to score in the red zone, where this team has been struggling this year. But I believe that they can come out and maybe they can upset somebody because he is Tom Brady, and their defense looked like they figured some things out and finding their identity by running the football again. But I just think it's too little too late. I don't know if they can recapture that magic in enough time to beat somebody like Dallas or beat somebody like Philadelphia. I think the division has a different separation. It's tiers to this and levels to this. I think they're on the second level, not the top tier.
Yeah, it's interesting because they came out of their bye a couple years ago hot and obviously went on that Super Bowl run. But Ninko, do you see that for this team? Are they capable of being a factor in the postseason?
Are they capable? Yeah, sure, they're capable. They have the pieces, but are they going to do it? I don't think that they're going to do it based on the body of evidence throughout the season that we've seen thus far. The inconsistency, the lack of protection for Tom, the red zone issues, the defense that has underperformed dramatically. I just don't see it. And look, I know don't bet against Tom, all that stuff, but at the end of the day, this team doesn't look like years past teams, and I just don't know if they can get it going at this point. They're way too inconsistent for me.
And look, I mean, all right, so let's say they don't. We'll look ahead to Brady. And Ninko, you were on this last year, toward the end of the year, that you thought Brady was going to retire, which he did briefly before coming back. What do you think, Rob, that his future holds after this season, especially if they don't make that run we're talking about?
Is he going to be 47? How old is he right now?
He'll be 46 next year. He's 45. Yeah.
Okay, he's 40. He'll be 46 years old. We need to start to realize that, yes, he's Superman, but he can't be that forever. And at a certain point, he does have a contract waiting for him after this season to go jump into the booth and talk about football and not have to be beat up and sacked and weight dropped on him and shoulders and all the stuff that happens when you play football. I don't see him coming back next year. I think that maybe this year especially is another awakening, like, not every year is going to be like the one last year, and not every year are you one step away from a Super Bowl. I think this one probably made him realize, man, this is really hard. So I could see him walking away.
What do you think, D. Wood? What do you expect Brady to do after this year? Again, yeah.
Man, it's so tough when you're talking about Tom because he loves football so much, but I tend to agree with Ninko here. This is a situation, this season isn't like, prior seasons down in Tampa. The prior seasons, you felt like, okay, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a shot, like a legitimate shot. We always held them in regard of one of the top teams in the NFC. This team doesn't feel that way. They're a very inconsistent team, and yes, they performed well against the Seattle Seahawks over in Munich, but I have so many questions about this team overall. Can they sustain the things that they did over in Munich for the second half stretch? That remains to be seen.
What do you think, Bart?
I got more confidence in Tom Brady coming back than Aaron Rodgers coming back. I mean, listen, I was on the fence before because, now with his current situation, he's divorced and, it's freedom, right? Because I don't think it's the same pressure. You know what I mean? I think he loves football. I know the initial goal was 45. But, man, he got to 45, and 45 didn't go the way that he wanted this season. I think next season is a way for him to ride off to the sunset like Shane. The team will be healthy. It'll be 2 years under Todd Bowles. I'm going to give him one more year.
Seems like Rob has one more thing he wants to say. Rob?
Yeah, Bart, I just got a quick question. If you had $375 million waiting for you to jump in a booth, I don't know if you'd put a helmet on again. And I know
but that's there regardless, though. That's there regardless, though, Nico.
Yeah.
That's waiting for him. That doesn't have a born-on date.
Hey, I'm running to that contract. I'm not like, I'll go get it in a couple of years. I'm gonna go work on my craft. I'm gonna be a guy, put a suit on. I ain't missing out on that. And he's gonna be 46. Go enjoy life, man.
This is me with you're not a superhero, though, Nico. This dude is the ultimate superhero, man. He's right off to the sunset, man. He's super bad. AKA, his only weakness is lacked in fruit.
All right. We'll see what Brady decides to do. Yeah, go on, Rob.
Inside pressure is kryptonite in the A gap and B gap, And
so maybe if Ivkovic and Damian Woody will join us as well. And we want to get it started. We got 3 big games today. Let's make some bold Thanksgiving Day predictions for those games. First game of the day, Bills and Lions. Nico, what do you got for a bold prediction on this one?
How about Jared Goff outperforms Josh Allen? That's right. What if Jared Goff goes out there and throws 3 touchdowns and the Lions beat the Buffalo Bills? It'd have to be Jared Goff's performance. That's a bold prediction.
I agree. That is bold. Bart, what do you got for Patriots Vikings?
Oh, for me, it's got to be Kirk Cousins, the rebirth, the bounce back. No, he's not solar power. He can play at night. Tonight, he shows the Patriots just that.
Big primetime game for Kirk Cousins. D. Wood, how about Giants Cowboys? What's your bold prediction for this one?
Yeah, how about the New York Football Giants on a rush for over 200 yards against this Dallas Cowboys defense? Oh, by the way, the Dallas Cowboys defense has allowed over 200 yards, rushing yards, 2 of the last 3 games. So ground and pound, baby.
That's how the Giants like to do it. Giants come into this game pretty beat up on the offensive line, so we'll see how that works out for them against that Dallas defense. But I do want to start with that game, big game of the day, Giants-Cowboys, NFC East, 2 7-3 teams. We picked these games. Let's start by putting the picks up because I think everybody picked the same team, right? Dallas. Everybody took Dallas. Yeah. Everybody expects Dallas to win this game. Giants are outmanned on the line. Dallas is coming off a huge 40-3 victory over the Vikings. But both these teams are 7-3.
Yeah.
Like, are we underrating the Giants? Like, if the Giants were to win today, let's hit this real quick. If the Giants were to win today, what would that look like?
I mean, it would look like uglying the game up, shortening the game, possession. It would look like the Tennessee Titans,
okay.
only featuring Saquon Barkley. They're going to have to run the football. They're going to have to ugly it up. They're going to have to get turnovers on the other side. Can Wink Martindale draw up a game plan that can be executed and that can take away what they do well? And that's Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard has set the table for the Dallas Cowboys offense. Can Wink Martindale come up with a plan to take him away and force Dak Prescott to beat him in a different way?
D. Wood, your bold prediction about how much the Giants would get on the ground, that could be the key, right? If they can just sort of keep the ball away from Dak in that offense?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that is the key for the Giants in this game. I think if you're the Giants, you got to muck it up, right? Like, you got to muck up this game, and the way you do it is by running the ball, and we know the Dallas Cowboys are vulnerable against the run on the defensive side. The last thing the New York Football Giants want to be is in 3rd and long with that pass rush. Run the ball, make it ugly, and then in the 4th quarter, see where you're at.
That's been the Giants' formula all year, Ninko. Do you think, do they have any shot today?
Well, I mean, there's always a puncher's chance, but you know they have a bunch of injuries. That's tough to overcome when you have all those injuries. And you know, you think about the Cowboys before the matchup against the Vikings, they were just terrible at stopping the run. Then they go into the Vikings and they really stop the Vikings in the running game. So that's really the key to success for the Cowboys. They had to tighten up defensively. Offensively, they had more balance. Dak was playing really good. Then you have Tony Pollard, who basically had his career game last week, 189 yards of total offense. So I think this game is really more about the Cowboys, and can they be consistent? Because that's really what I want to see. Can the Dallas Cowboys consistently